everybody! And welcome to a new series with a bunch of new friends. That was like a kids show. That was really awesome.
That's it. That's
but anyway,
I'm waving. You can't see me. I'm waving though.
We're not redoing it because that's not how we do things around here on Camp Delta Squid. I'm sorry. So a couple of you may have heard that I was planning on hosting a few D&D things. As you've probably seen me in Dungeons & Dragon hat with VG Toolbox and lying in bed mon and that other person. Dragon hat. I love you, Andy.
I'm gonna tell Andy. I'm gonna tell him that you forgot his name.
I think you'll find out when you watch the video.
I said his name, and I guess I just kind of like checked it off because there's like Dungeons & Dragon hats. What's that other person? No, but this is hopefully a series that we'll be doing for a while. But this is going to be the first experimental party. So you may recognize these people, you may not, but we're gonna introduce them. Who are you, Tempo?
Am I Tempo or am I Keegan?
Both.
You're Tempo right now.
My name is Tempo. I do StarCraft 2 parodies as well as other video game music. And I'm just a guy that likes to wear a lot of cool hats and whatnot. Tomorrow you might see me with a tiger hat. It could be a penguin. It could be whatever you dream of. But I'm glad to meet you. And I got a lot of love for everybody that got love for me too.
Your hats are pretty awesome.
Thank you.
So, who are you, Elle?
I'm Elle. I really don't know what else to say to that, other than that. But I'm a writer. I know Sinvicta. That's about.
That's your claim to fame.
That's
I'm the one riding on his back.
I know Sinvicta.
Well, who is that loser? Who are you, Sinvicta?
Oh, I thought you were talking to Septimus.
That's what I assumed as well.
We'll talk to that loser later. Right now we're talking.
I am Sinvicta, and I've never played D&D. I do stuff with things on the internet, and I get people into D&D sessions. That's what I do, even though I've never played.
And who is this loser, Sept?
I'm Sept. I'm clearly the better looking one of the trio of Delta Squids. I break shit frequently and mainly just tell Crane she smells.
Wow.
That's just because you smell yourself. It's overpowering.
Yeah. That smells like what though? You have to elaborate on that.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to sniff over here. And
technically, we all smell, but what exactly does CraneSong smell like?
Oh, what do I smell like?
I've just sniffed myself. I could have told you.
It smells like British and shame.
Tea, crumpets, and disappointment.
Yeah.
Two smells that are not too distinguishable from each other.
Alright, first 2 minutes and we've offended an entire country. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I got an auntie in London, man. Shoot, I can't talk like that. And I got an auntie in Africa too. Shoot. Got a few aunties in Africa, actually.
There's only one British person in here, so it's fine. We outnumber him.
Yep.
Alright, so yeah, we're playing Surprise Dungeons & Dragons. This is gonna be 3.5 edition. Nothing special, nothing flashy, or...
You can introduce yourself.
Oh. Because I know who I am, guys. I'm CraneSong. I'm gonna be the host of... We don't know a name yet. I'll think of a name when I name the episode. Just pretend that I said the name here. I am the smartest member of Delta Squid, and the prettiest, if I do say so myself, Septimus. And I like D&D. And I'm in Dungeons & Dragon hats, of course. And I like cats.
I didn't know this was a dating profile. Jesus.
eHarmony.com.
Kind of cat.
I'm so gonna cut this out and put that up there.
She received her crazy cat lady starter kit in the mail the other day. So.
No, I've had it for a while actually. You underestimate me.
Yo, they emo those nowadays, man. I signed up myself.
It's the Crazy Cat Lady Deluxe Edition.
What's the difference?
Digital Deluxe.
I didn't want to know.
Crazy Cat Lady bi-weekly.
9-cat video sent to your email by the day.
Alright, and so the premise of this adventure D&D series thing is that these 4 are new recruits into the organization called the Greencloaks, which was established just under 80 years ago, originally by a paladin because they wanted to get rid of all the evils in the world and stuff. But then someone else took over a few years ago, and that devolved. So now they pretty much do whatever will get them money. Their Adventurers Guild is probably the easiest way to sum things up. Some join to better themselves, some join to better the world, some just want money in their pockets, some are just bored out of their mind. But Mr. Tempo, who are you playing today?
My name is Keegan Talltail.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Keegan.
Well, Keegan Talltail never tells a lie, ever. Ever. He would never do that. But even though the name does assume that I may be a tall fellow, I am actually, just because of my parents and the way the genetics work, I'm not the tallest of the bunch, but I still love myself for who I am. I respect a lot of people, but I will smite those that try to bring dirt on the fools. I will bring justice to whatever it needs to be brought justice to. But I'm a pretty decent fellow, I would say.
Very nice. And who are you bringing to the table, Elle?
I am playing Lyra, and I am a former street performer, child of street performer parents, who really got tired of getting paid not well doing street performances. So I started stealing things, and my parents were deeply disappointed in me. So they told me I should probably consider adventuring or something instead, other than robbing their customers. So.
Wait, you were robbing your parents' customers?
Yes.
And it was no surprise. It came as a huge surprise to you that they were disappointed in you?
You're a massive shit, aren't you? Jesus.
That is like. It's like. We're so proud of our daughter for stealing from us, from our customers. Thank God she's a street performer.
Wow.
No, I'm not going to go where I went from my
parents
head.
were street performers too. My daddy was a musician, and my mother did fire breathing and stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to have some sort of a pair of eyes on her, because I don't think I can trust my backpack around such a shady character.
Of course.
I was actually a part of the street performances. If you guys saw, there was a little dwarf. And the way that I am, I'm a gnome, and I decided to play the character incredibly well, and they thought that I was a dwarf. But me being Keegan Talltail, the man that I am, I'm just a great actor. Yes, I remember. I've seen these things, though. I've seen.
Oh, wow. So you two know each other?
I don't think she knows me, but I know her.
Creeper!
He's like the most famous extra in all of the street performing arts.
He's been in everything.
He's well known for playing a dwarf as a gnome.
Exactly.
He plays the red cloaks in Sword Trek.
You fucked this up.
The reason why I'm even part of the Greencloaks is because I was a little bit, say, excommunicated from my family. They didn't think that I was doing right.
Oh.
And they decided to send me off to do something else that may better myself, but you know me, at heart, I think I can do anything that I want to do.
All right. Well, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out here in the Greencloaks.
Indeed.
But Sept, you seem pretty high and mighty about her stealing. Let's hear who you're bringing to the table. Is it a paladin?
No.
A righteous paladin of justice and goodness?
No, because that would be boring. Let's be honest here. I am playing a lovely half-elf ranger by the name of, and she moaned at me for this one, Septimus, to on 6 because I'm funny.
Hmm?
As I say, I'm a ranger, so I like to shoot stuff. And I don't know what the fuck else to tell you, really. I'm a Greencloak because I've got a horse and I like wearing cloaks. It's warm.
A Robin Hood of sorts, eh?
Yes, that'll do. And
Fair enough.
I'm really proud of the fact that in this thing, I'm actually taller than I am in real life, and it made me happy.
Fair enough. Sinvicta, who are you? Who are you bringing?
I am Lawder. I am Lawder. I am a barbarian from the south. I've got tons of scars, which I can't get into that because the party should already know about my distaste for the feline breed, and the battle scars are actually not battle scars. I attempted to pet a cat. And
Oh, that's horrific.
I will say though that I am the only barbarian of my entire nation that has perfect teeth, and
Something
I'm
to
proud
brag
of that.
about.
I am very proud of that. They're like chiclets. They're all just lined up and pearly whites.
Incredible.
All right. Interesting. Well,
I hate cats.
understandable if that's where you got all those scars from. Those are some pretty bad scars.
Yeah, I'm really powerful in battle. No one can actually hurt me or anything. But a cat is kind of like kryptonite.
Your Achilles heel of.
Is the Achilles heel of my existence. I can kill the bravest and strongest, but as soon as a cat comes out of nowhere, they instantly love me and somehow still end up scratching me.
I'm sorry to hear
Wow.
that.
That is
You know,
really unfortunate.
We had a lot of street cats in our street performances back in the day as well, and I think
They
I
were
did
called
see you.
moggies.
I think I did see you attend one of the shows, and as soon as I did my infamous cat act, I saw a big, very strong man just walk away as if I don't know. I didn't know if he didn't like my act or not, but I thought that I was doing a bad job. But it now all makes sense now.
Wow.
It does.
You just
They're
walked
called
away
moggy.
He didn't
called
walk
moggy
away.
cats.
He ran away, actually.
I said
Wow.
I feel compelled to
Literally.
steal cats.
Interesting. Well, you guys have been training a bit since you guys joined up with the Greencloaks, and you got news earlier today that you're going to be given your first mission officially as a Greencloak. So you are summoned by the commander of the Greencloaks, Arwell Buren herself, which is kind of a big deal. And when you go up to her office, she's behind her desk, stacks of paperwork around her, and her wolf curled up next to her.
Nothing. That was me. Never mind. Carry on.
Fish. Alright. Oh gosh. She's behind her desk, and then once you all enter, she looks up at you guys and says, thanks for joining me, recruits. I have a,
Thank you for calling us.
yeah, that's what you're in the Greencloaks for, I'd hope.
I've been waiting for this day for my whole life.
Exciting.
Are you sure you
So-
can see over the desk?
Well, excuse me. I happen to have a certain barbarian that I can actually sit upon, and I can see perfectly fine. Thank you for asking, and your concern is very appreciated.
For the record, I don't know this person. I don't know why he's sitting on my.
Well, we're gonna get to know each other, sir.
Oh god.
She glances between the three of you, and she looks to Elle, and she says, "Is this going to be a problem?"
I think I'll live. Yes.
All right. That's always a hope that we have for our new recruits who go out on their first mission.
I can deal with them.
She shuffles through a few papers before she pulls out a letter, and she says to you as she does so, "We've received a letter from the human kingdom of Lysandra, from the Earl of Otterrun. This And you guys know in character that this is a kingdom up to the north, mostly comprised of humans. They do have their odd other race, but for the most part, it's all humans. And she says he seems to be having quite a particular problem. He claims that his collection of hunting trophies has come to life.
What?
We're not quite sure what this is about, or if he is actually serious, or if this is some sort of hoax. But he is offering us a considerable amount of gold for being able to solve his issue. So we are going to send the 4 of you up. She pauses for a minute and glances between the 3 who had been a bit rambunctious before to see.
What's my cut?
Well, you'll be paid your. She thinks for a moment and she says, normally recruits are paid less than obviously experienced members, but this.
How big is this hunting collection?
She looks down at the letter and says, he didn't specify, but I'd assume that it would maybe be 10 to 20
My God.
objects. It sounds like they're mostly animals.
Well, I'm hoping that he hunts cats because I'm very, very familiar with those creatures.
I've just got this image in my head of, like, you know, where you see in bars and things, just this, just the neck and head half of a deer, and that's what's come to life, and it's just going, you shouldn't eat that, it's bad for you, you're putting on weight.
She says that would be one's hope, but apparently there have been some. He claims there have been some fatalities. So I would suggest that you all proceed with caution.
Yeah, aren't you glad you made a joke now about speaking ill of the thing that has already killed many people? There, half elf. I don't remember your name, Septimus.
Actually, he's the easiest name to remember.
I don't remember everyone else's name, but I look at Septimus and say, yeah. So aren't you glad you made that joke now? Now knowing that a lot of people have died.
Septimus turns to look at the oversized man, and
Lawder
grunts and just responds with, "People die."
Yes, they certainly do.
So
Thanks for
Septimus,
that.
if you look over tall men such as Sinvicta himself, what do you do when you look at myself? As I just would like to know.
Well, generally, I crouch down like I talk to a child.
Okay. Just wondering. That was all.
She glances between you two and says, would you like me to arrange for a different party? If you all are not going to,
Septimus looks back at her and just goes, "No, the big one can get in the way, and the short one can heal him when he gets blood."
She looks to the other 3 and says, do you have any arguments against this?
Keegan Talltail shrugs. I guess we can deal with him. It's fine. He seems like he has a few problems in his childhood or so, but I am a cleric, and I shall be able to heal any type of wounds that have been made on his past, no matter what. I think it's going to be a great adventure.
Arwell nods and says, just remember that you all are there to finish your mission, not to have a therapy session.
Understandable.
She looks back to the letter and she says, the earldom of Otterun is in the southern part of the kingdom of Lysandra, which is a bit of a far distance for us to travel, but it is a considerable amount of gold. So we will we are intending to send you up there to see if it is something that must be dealt with, and hopefully the four of you can deal with it while you're there.
Lawder raises his hand and says, "Why do they call it Otter Run? Is it because there's a bunch of otters there?"
Because the founder of the earldom was named Otterrun.
Oh, was he an otter?
Doesn't it
Actual
feel
otter?
weird to question Your Highness's name like that?
Septimus turns to look at Lyra and rolls his eyes.
Arl chuckles slightly under her breath and says, I'm sure that you can get a history lesson, Lawder, while you're there, if you so desire, but I am not entirely familiar with the history of the earldom of Otterrun. It is one of the smaller earldoms of the kingdom of Lysandra.
If
But
you
you're more
need,
than
I
welcome.
have quite a bit of knowledge, Lawder. I can teach you anything you want to know, because I will be on top of your shoulders and I can whisper. I'm just a whisper away.
I don't know how I feel about this setup, but I think I'll go on top of this mission. I will find out if the town of Otterrun is indeed named or not named after, because it's infested with otters.
Can I make an out-of-character remark here?
Yes.
Yes?
Do you have, like, ranks in Ride Barbarian?
Sorry?
Does a tempo have ranks in Ride Barbarian for this?
I have bribe, but I don't know about.
Yeah, I will
Wow.
not be holding Keegan up on my shoulders if it either encumbers me or causes me to any fatigue at any point.
I'm a little man. I'm not that heavy, but
It's
you
fine,
know.
I'll put him in my
You-
saddlebags.
You are more than welcome, Sinvicta, to attempt to remove him from your shoulders. I'm not quite sure how he managed to get
Please
up there if you
don't,
did not want him
Sinvicta.
to.
Well, you are allowed
Make this
to.
easier on both of us.
You're allowed to as long as it does not
Fair.
as long as it does not affect my rolls. Is what I say.
It shall
say
not.
to him.
It shall not. I wouldn't even be there. Just a whisper.
Alright. It will probably impede your combat rolls. But I will let you know. Like,
Okay.
probably it'll give you something similar to an armor check penalty, since it is kind of cumbersome to move swiftly with a gnome on your shoulders.
Okay. Well, I'll be ready to toss the gnome when
Oh.
when I'm ready to move. Or ready to-
Symbiotic relationship. Okay.
Can't we just put him on the horse?
Does that count as a range weapon?
Weapon.
If you feel the need to, you can throw me. I will return right back to your shoulders, just where you left me.
Boomerang gnome.
He doesn't have any ranks in Ride Barbarian, but he does have ranks in Gnome Boomerang.
It's a gnomerang.
Right.
Boomerang.
Septimus looks at the guild leader, for lack of a better phrase, and inquires on how we are going to get there.
We will provide you with horses to travel. It will be.
I have a question. I have a question.
kidding me? I brought my
real
own.
question. Do we have our own horses, or shall I ride on Sinvicta's shoulders on top of my horse as well, and his under himself? And will we do some kind of crazy? To be honest, I'm telling you right now, because back in the day we did some kind of street performances that were very similar to this, and I have no problem doing so.
Arwell brings her hand up to her temple and rubs it a little bit and says, "You may travel however you want. We will provide you with 3 horses and a pony if you need them. You are more than welcome to use your own horse, Septimus."
Wasted my money on a goddamn horse.
No problem.
But you may ride those horses in whatever fashion that you want.
Bringing my own bloody horse. Not trusting somebody else's.
Do you have any more questions?
Thank
Nope.
you for supplying horses.
I appreciate it very much. So,
That
Are you
wasn't a
supplying
question.
feed for the horses as well?
We will supply you with the gold you will need for rations for both yourselves and your horses on the for the travel there. It should last you the entire way.
How much gold
My horse only
will-
dines on pure grade grass, so this will be expensive for you.
Then you will have to get some gold out of your own pocket. Then Septimus.
Well, my horse, Sinvicta, only eats horses, so if I happen to come short when we return from this mission without a horse, I do not want you to look at me as if something weird happened.
We
That
will
is-
deal with that if the matter arises, Mr. Talltail.
Thank you.
Alright, no further questions, Your Honor.
Alright, so you guys head on out, into the town of Finalizing, which is where the Greencloaks are stationed. If you feel the desire to, you may go to any of the shops and buy anything before you leave. Does anyone feel the need to do so?
But what are the shops?
Finalizing has pretty much everything that you would expect in a town.
Okay.
There's a tanner, the blacksmith, carpenter, baker. Sorry?
Brothel?
If you looked hard enough, you could probably find one of those as well.
I'll ask the
Sin,
street for his
Sin.
opinion.
I say we go. Before we leave on this adventure, we're gonna need to get some motivation before. Because we may not be back for a very, very long time. And since we're such good friends already, I feel like we can do some damage in there. Do you agree, Mr. Sinvicta? I don't know, I'm asking you a question in your ear, whispering, because that's what I do.
Go where?
To the brothels, sir. I've never been one to go myself, but I think that if I can show you the way, you know? I mean, I feel like I've only needed a partner in order to do so. I'm not saying to you right now that I need you to do this, but if you've been ever curious, I can, you know.
So the night passes in whatever manner happens.
I was like, yes, I've secured a brothel scene by mistake.
I did not agree to any of this. In fact,
I
I'm
did not go
questioning.
to any brothel at
I'm
all.
questioning what kind of cleric goes to a brothel.
You can hold the horses.
When you're riding on a barbarian's back, anything is possible.
Part of
It's been not in my blood to do so, but I thought that I could seize the opportunity.
I do not agree to this. I tell
And
Keegan.
I'm whispering, man, I'm whispering, by the way.
Yeah, and I tell Keegan back. I say, if you want to go to the brothel, you can, but you will no longer be able to sit on my shoulders.
Oh, leaves a stain.
Alright.
My character spends the night at the tavern mourning her situation.
Alright. You discover that the Greencloaks have discount there for some very strong drinks, and you're able to find things that meet the requirement.
It was only a proposition.
But he was he was whispering to me, so none of the other party knew about.
They don't
that.
know, yeah.
Correct,
Exactly.
unless they want to roll a listen check. If you would like to
But
overhear
didn't
this.
Septimus bring up the brothels?
Yes, but I whispered after
brought it in.
That
Septimus
was out
brought
of
it up.
character.
Yeah.
After
He brought it
Septimus
up
brought it up. I just whispered in his ear for a suggestion. It's just only a way for me and Mrs. Sinvicta to get to know each other a little bit more and exactly, you know, what goes on through my mind sometimes.
I am a chaotic good barbarian. I am not that kind of girl, and I am very strong in my convictions to not be tempted by brothels and such.
Indeed.
And you're
Well
supposed to be a
respected.
cleric.
But I'm a human being as well.
No,
You're not. You're a gnome.
A gnoming being as well.
Gnomish being. You're a halfling.
That's a different race.
Oh, sorry. I don't know how to play this game. This is I'm
No,
I don't know
it's
how to
all
race
it's all
it.
part of it. You know, it's all part of it.
Alright, then we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break here, and when we come back, we will finally get on the way to ought to run. So, see you guys!
Bye.